My name is Sarah Thompson, and the night my father became a stranger is etched in my memory. He sat at the dining table, his face stern, eyes icy, and spoke words that shattered my reality. Support your sister or get out. For years, I'd lingered in the background of my own home, preparing Lisa's dinners, washing her clothes, even settling her debts while she grinned at me like a princess observing her servant. Dad always backed her, preaching that family demands sacrifice. I believed I could bear it indefinitely. But that ultimatum wasn't just another command. It was a final wound that broke something deep within. Instead of arguing, I gave a faint smile, rose, and retrieved my suitcase from the hall closet. Their mocking laughter trailed me as I left, convinced I'd return begging. A week later, with 29 missed calls lighting up my phone, they realized I was truly gone. Dad's voice lingered in my mind, echoing across the quiet living room. Support your sister or leave. He didn't raise his voice this time. He didn't need to. His tone was steady, resolute, as if my fate was already sealed. Lisa lounged on the sofa, legs swung over the armrest, twirling her hair like she ruled the house. Her smug grin carried the weight of years spent getting her way. Come on, Sarah, she said lazily. Dad's got a point. Make yourself useful. My laundry's waiting upstairs, you know the drill. Her careless cruelty set my heart ablaze. I gripped the suitcase handle tighter, still by the door. I'm not your servant, Lisa. Her sharp laugh pierced the air. You always say that, but you do it anyway. Don't make a fool of yourself. Dad's fist hit the table, making the dishes clatter. Enough. Don't disrespect your sister. She deserves better. You owe everything in this house to me. Without me, you'd be nowhere. My voice wavered, but I forced out the truth. I've worked since I was 16. I paid bills you never even saw. I dropped out of school so Lisa could attend her dream university. And you still say I owe you. Lisa rolled her eyes. Oh, spare me the sob story. You love playing the martyr. The fire in my chest surged to my throat. I looked at them. My father, who should have shielded me, and my sister, who treated me like hired help, and saw a painful truth. They were allied against me. Fine, I said softly, each word quivering but sharp. If you want me gone, I'll give you that. For once, Dad looked shaken. Lisa's smirk faded. Don't be absurd, Dad growled. You're not going anywhere. I hoisted the suitcase. Watch me. I turned to the door. Lisa's voice followed, laced with fake bravado. You'll crawl back. You always do. The screen door groaned as I stepped out. Their silhouettes blurred in my vision. Lisa's taunting grin, Dad's rigid stance. I walked into the night, the cool air cutting across my face, a mix of freedom and fear. For the first time, I didn't glance back. The darkness enveloped me as I left the porch, suitcase wheels clattering on the uneven sidewalk. The street lamp flickered, casting long shadows that trailed behind like specters. My hands trembled, not from fear, but from raw adrenaline, bitter yet freeing. The front door slammed behind me. Lisa's voice sliced through the night. Don't go too far, Sarah. You'll be back by dawn. Her laughter stung, but I kept moving. Each step felt heavier, as if the years of burdens I'd carried were stuffed into that suitcase. I recalled being 10, saving the larger slice of cake for Lisa, because Dad said, she's younger, she needs it more. I remembered skipping my school prom to watch her while Dad was out. I remembered handing over my diner wages because Lisa needed gas money. Sacrifice. Dad wielded that word like a weapon. Family means sacrifice, Sarah. You're older, stronger. You can handle it. That phrase haunted me. His way of dismissing my pain, my dreams, all for Lisa's ease. At the street corner, I paused under a lamppost, chest heaving, eyes burning. My childhood home stood behind me, its warm-lit windows mocking the chaos within, as if nothing had changed. I half expected Dad to charge out, his voice dragging me back. But the night stayed silent. For the first time in years, the quiet belonged to me. I tilted my head back, staring at the crescent moon. A shaky laugh escaped, raw but real. Not joy, but a spark of something close. Defiance, perhaps. Let's see how they manage without me. I whispered into the empty street, my voice fierce despite its tremble. Gripping the suitcase tighter, Each step away from that house was a step toward something new, terrifying, but mine. I didn't know my destination or how long I'd survive alone, but one thing was certain. I'd rather face the unknown than remain their servant another day. The Pinehurst Motel was the kind of place you end up when options run dry. Its neon sign buzzed faintly, paint peeling from the doors like old wounds. I hauled my suitcase inside, its wheels screeching across the linoleum floor of the small lobby. The clerk barely glanced up, sliding me a key with a chipped plastic tag. Room 12. Cash or card, he mumbled. Card, I replied, steadying my voice. My hand shook as I swiped, not from fear, but from the weight of being truly alone for the first time. Room 12 reeked of bleach and stale air. The lone lamp flickered, casting shadows on faded wallpaper. I placed the suitcase on the bed, the mattress sagging, and sank beside it. The silence pressed hard, almost painful. No Lisa demanding snacks. No dad barking about bills. Just the air conditioner's hum and distant traffic. It should have felt calm, but it felt empty. I curled up, knees to chest, and let the tears flow. Hot, unstoppable, yet oddly cleansing. They weren't just grief, they were release. Years of swallowed words and silenced pain. When the sobs faded, I wiped my face and reached for my journal, its worn cover and bent pages holding every truth I'd never voiced. On a fresh page, I scrawled 3 words, no more shackles. The ink sank into the paper, bold and final. Then I listed every tie Dad and Lisa had bound me with, the phone plan in my name, the utilities I paid temporarily, the credit card Dad co-signed, the emergency fund drained for their crises. Seeing it written twisted my gut. How had I let them take so much? How had I mistaken exploitation for love? I set the pen down, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow, I'd start severing those ties, letting them feel the weight I'd carried alone. I flicked off the lamp and whispered into the dark, "You wanted me gone. Now you'll see what that means." For the first time, tomorrow didn't scare me, it thrilled me. Morning light slipped through the motel's thin curtains, casting a pale yellow glow. I sat at the wobbly desk, laptop open, coffee steaming beside me. My hand still shook, but with purpose, not fear. Today wasn't about escape. It was about reclaiming my life. My first call was to the phone company. Dad had insisted on a shared plan to save money, but it meant I paid while Lisa upgraded her phone yearly. "I need to remove 2 lines from my account," I said firmly. The agent's keyboard clicked. "That'll leave only your number." "Confirm." "Yes, effective now." The confirmation email felt like shedding a weight. One shackle broken. Next, the utility company. Dad had persuaded me to put the gas and electric in my name because your credit's better, Sarah. I trusted him, thinking it was temporary. 5 years later, it wasn't. "Cancel service at 814 Maple Drive, effective today," I told the agent. Another tie cut. The credit card was tougher. As co-signer, I'd watched the balance soar with Lisa's shopping sprees, making minimum payments to save my credit. "No more. Remove all authorized users and freeze charges," I instructed. The agent paused. "That means your father and sister can't." "I know," I cut in. By noon, 3 confirmation numbers were scribbled in my journal, each one lightening my chest. At the diner down the street, I sat by the window, watching families pass. A father tied his daughter's scarf gently, and my throat tightened. That wasn't my father. Back in my room, I studied my journal's growing list. Phone plan, utilities, credit card gone. More ties remained, but the shift was undeniable. They'd leaned on me like I was unbreakable. Now they'd feel the ground shake. I leaned back, closed my eyes, and whispered, "Let them stand alone for once." The silence felt powerful, not hollow. Their reaction came fast. By Wednesday, my phone erupted. 10 calls from Dad, 12 from Lisa, plus unknown numbers. By Friday, 29 missed calls, voicemails brimming with anger, confusion, desperation. Dad's first message boomed. "Sarah, what did you do?" "The phones are cut off." "Lisa's got nothing." "Fix it." I deleted it halfway. Then Lisa. "Are you serious, Sarah?" "No Netflix, power companies calling, credit cards frozen." "Think this is a game?" Delete. Their tone shifted to panic over days. Sarah, the mortgage company called. They want payment. We don't have it. Answer the phone. Lisa can't live like this. We need you. Family stays together. Sitting on the motel bed, phone buzzing, I realized they needed me more than I needed them. On Saturday, Dad caught me off guard. I answered accidentally. Sarah, he snapped, this isn't a game. This family falls apart without you. My grip tightened. Then let it fall. I'm not your servant anymore. Ungrateful, he roared. After all I've given you. Give in? You mean taken my money, my time, my dignity, all for Lisa while I broke myself. And now you're surprised I'm done. Silence. Lisa shrieked in the background. Tell her she'll regret this. She can't survive without us. I nearly laughed at the irony. I'm doing fine, I said evenly. You're the ones who can't. I hung up. My hands shook with adrenaline, the thrill of reclaiming power. The phone buzzed again, call 30. I didn't answer. Silence became my shield. By Sunday, the motel room felt like a command center. Papers littered the desk, bank statements, bills, receipts, evidence of their hold on me. A call from Hannah, a bank teller friend, came that morning. Sarah, your dad tried to take a loan in your name last month. Said you'd co-sign. Brought fake papers. We flagged it. The signatures didn't match. My stomach churned. It wasn't just exploitation, it was fraud. Thanks, Hannah, I said, voice trembling. Dad had planned to bind me tighter, and Lisa likely knew. When Lisa called again, I answered against my instincts. Sarah, do you know what you've done? Dad's livid. We can't pay anything. Want us homeless. Homeless? I scoffed. Like, when I nearly lost my place paying your bills. How's it feel, Lisa? You don't get it, she snapped. I've got debts, credit cards, shopping, loans. Dad said you'd cover it, like always. My chest tightened. Their betrayal ran deeper than I'd thought. So you didn't just use me, you sank me, using my name, my life. It's family, Lisa pleaded, voice cracking. Family sacrifices. Don't you dare, I spat. Sacrifice was me giving up school for you. Working weekends while you partied. Your sacrifice is theft. Her tone shifted, soft, manipulative. You don't want to ruin us, Sarah. Come home. For a moment, I saw the little girl I'd comforted during storms, but she was gone. No, Lisa, I said firmly. You ruined yourselves. I'm done cleaning your mess. I hung up. The silence was armor. A knock woke me past midnight. At first, I thought it was the manager, but the pounding grew fierce. Sarah, open the door. Dad's voice thundered. Lisa's shrill tone followed. Stop hiding. You can't ignore us forever. Heart pounding, I backed away, clutching my phone. The door shook under Dad's fists. Open it or I'll break it down. My voice steadied. You don't control me anymore. Ungrateful brat, he yelled. After all I've done. Done. You stole from me, lied, made me a servant. Lisa's voice broke, desperate. Sarah, please, we need you to fix this. That's the point, I said coldly. You can't survive without me, and I'm done saving you. The pounding stopped, replaced by heated whispers. I caught fragments. Police won't believe her. She owes us. Rage surged. I started recording and flung the door open. Dad towered in the doorway, face flushed, eyes wild. Lisa stood behind, tears streaking her mascara, but her smirk lingered. Think you're tough. Dad sneered. You're nothing without us. I raised my phone. Say it again for the record. He froze. Lisa lunged. Turn that off. I snapped. This is proof. Harassment, intimidation, fraud. Dad's jaw tightened. You wouldn't dare go to the police. I already have. Red and blue lights flashed across the parking lot. A neighbor must have called. 2 officers approached. Step away from the door, one ordered. Lisa paled. Dad stammered, She's my daughter. This is family. The officer was unmoved. Threats are threats, family or not. Relief flooded me as the officers stood between us. Lisa tried again, softer. Sarah, don't do this. Come home. I met her gaze. Home isn't where I'm a slave. Home is where I'm valued, and you'll never offer that. The officers led them to their car. Dad's glare burned, but his power was gone. I shut the door, knees buckling. I'd face them and won. The next morning, sunlight replaced fists on the door. The silence felt earned, not heavy. The motel coffee was weak, but it tasted like triumph. My phone buzzed, 5 more missed calls, desperate texts from Lisa. Please talk. Dad's losing it. We need you. I set the phone down. Their chaos wasn't mine anymore. A week later, I signed a lease on a small downtown apartment. Bare walls, secondhand furniture, but mine. Each creak, each flicker whispered freedom. No orders, no mockery, just peace. Word spread fast. Neighbors murmured about Dad's temper, Lisa's debts. The truth spoke for me. People saw me, not the servant, but Sarah. One evening, by my apartment window, city lights waking, my phone lit up with a text from Lisa. I'm sorry. I didn't respond, not out of hate, but because I finally value myself enough to stop bleeding for those who didn't care. Forgiveness, if ever, would be my choice, not their leash. At my small table, I opened my journal. Beneath no more shackles, I wrote, I thrived. Closing it, I saw the future wasn't Dad's voice or Lisa's demands, it was mine. I raised a glass of water, toasting the girl who stayed silent too long and the woman who walked away, never looking back. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories like this.